Ryan, another tough game today, but you must be absolutely delighted to come away with the 3 points in the end.
We just wanted to win. Obviously, it's been really frustrating over the last couple of weeks not to kind of play the games that we were meant to. Obviously, today was touch and go. And must firstly thank the volunteers that came down and fought the pitch this morning, because when we got here probably about 9:30, 10 o'clock this morning, I didn't think I had much of a chance, but we worked on it. We got the game on, so I must thank them, because that's a tremendous effort. But yeah, 3 points to start the new year. I mean, it sounds daft that we're in nearly the middle of January, it's our first game, but there's strange games. I think sometimes when there's pitch inspections and lads, it's hard to kind of maybe motivate yourself, because you're a bit and ahhing. We were the same last night. You're trying to prep properly, and I think it does have an effect. And I think, saying that, we started the game really well. I think we just probably today needed to be more clinical. We've had some 4 or 5 really, really good chances, and I think if we score after the first minute with Des, I think we probably made the game slightly more comfortable. But they're a good side. I think it's a false position from where they are. They try and play the right way. They play some good stuff, and like I say, we let him back into the game, really, which I was really disappointed with. I think they had a spell, we got to grips with it, we changed the system a little bit. We obviously score, it's a great finish from Spencer, great assist from Des, and then we just asked the lads at half time to kind of just come out, be solid, be kind of really compact, play in the right areas yet again on obviously what's a difficult pitch. And we kind of did the opposite, and we let them back in with, which was a really poor goal to concede. But like we say, at the end of the day, it's 3 points on the board.
Yeah, we just can't seem to have a somewhat calm final 20 minutes. So it's always so chaotic.
Yeah, I think it's something we'll look at, because we look in control of a game, and then it just flips, and then we don't seem to kind of ever be solid really at the time. To be fair, I thought Mozza and Shepherd outstanding at the back, and I thought Nathan Heaton moving to right back, which is a difficult position when you're a centre half. I thought he was excellent, sets up the goal. And Kurt, to be fair, I thought he had a tough 45 minutes, but it's credit to him as well, because it's easy to go under sometimes when you're playing against good wingers. He stuck at it, so fair play to the back four. I thought they kind of were pretty solid. It's just we need to kind of, when we're in winning positions, I think we need to manage the game slightly better.
Yeah, as you mentioned, it was a frantic first 45 minutes, but Spencer put us ahead just right on the half-time mark, and it was a great strike, wasn't it?
It was a great finish. It was actually a good move. It comes from a throw-in, and we spoke to Des earlier about 5 minutes about if he's playing out on the left, when the ball's on the opposite side, him coming in and kind of affecting the game a little bit, it makes kind of the defenders a little bit indecisive, and then he goes in there, he drifts in there, they leave a massive gap. Spencer, he's done that for years, and he knocks it down to Spen, and Spen volleys it in. So I think that it settled us. I'd have been happy to get in at half-time 0-0, to be honest, but to score at that part of the game was obviously a real boost for us.
Yeah, and then how disappointed were you to concede right at the start of the second half after a somewhat interesting kick-off routine? Yeah,
I was just saying today, I'm glad we didn't score a third, because I didn't want to have to defend that. I think I've seen it in the SPL, where he flicks it up and shells it, but we just didn't deal with it. You could see that Alfie looks like he's in complete control of it. To be fair, the lad never gives up, and he kind of nips in front of Alf. The ball then lands, we don't clear our lines, we end up giving a corner away from the resulting corner, and they score. So it's like we've always said, it's not just one mistake that leads to a goal. There was 3, 4, 5 errors there, but we dealt with the second one slightly better. I think it hit Mozza's nose, so that's not too bad. But yeah, it was just disappointing, because I think there was a bit of nerves and a bit of kind of anxiety today, because they haven't played for a long time, and I think sometimes you can do it, and they've trained really well this week. We did 11v11 Tuesday, trained really hard Thursday, and I think, but you can never really replicate that kind of match fitness, and I think sometimes when you're a little bit tired, you start to panic a little bit, and I think we did. But credit to them, they concede. They had a 5-minute wobbly spell, but again, I think for the last 15-20 minutes we did look the better team, and I just like to say, I think our final pass could have been better, our final ball in. I think we were shooting from 30 yards when we've got kind of a player out wide to slide it in, but they're all things that will come back with kind of playing games, and that's all you can do.
And what a move it was for the eventual winning goal in the game. Ollie Norman's kind of stuck in the corner, scooped it in behind to Nathan Heaton. Heaton could have lashed it.
Yeah.
Lovely ball into the area, and then a bicycle kick from Moggy.
Brilliant. He's just said to me there, he always said he was a right back, but credit to him, because it's not, I've had to do it myself at times, where you've gone from centre half to right back, and it's a difficult thing to do, because the dynamics of the game from that position are completely different. But I said to Ollie showed a bit of bravery to go and get on it from a short one, because we didn't really have much joy from the balls going into the box, because they've defended it really well. So them two linked up, and Ollie, we know Ollie's got that. He shows that bravery to go and make something happen, but fair play to Nave to kind of get in that position, and it's an absolute unbelievable cross just to kind of guide it in there. And then obviously Oggy with bicycle kick, overhead kick, I don't know what it was, but it went in the back of the net. But then again, for Oggy, it's another goal. He's put himself in a really good position. So, but no, it was a really well worked goal.
Since our last outing, you brought in more experience in Adam Porritt and Luke Hinsley. Obviously, they know the club as well. You seem to be targeting that type of player.
I think once we've kind of reflected on the first half of the season, the games that we've potentially struggled in, or we've maybe not come away with the points that we wanted, we'd identified that we knew we were a young team. It was just kind of finding the right experience, and also sometimes it's done a full circle really. Experience costs a lot of money. It used to be your strikers that cost you the most, but now if you've got an experienced centre half, an experienced centre mid, they cost you money. So we've had to be patient, but Luke's obviously come in today for his debut, and I was glad that he came on. And you can see the type of lad he is. When the ball bounces in there in the last minute, he's gone and put his head where it hurts, and he's won as a free kick. And like Mozza, Nathan, Porritt as well. Pozza's a brilliant player. He's obviously on dual red from therapy, just needs more games, and that's it. And then obviously Mozza's been with us now 2 games, and you can just tell his influence at the back. He's so calm, he wins his headers, and it's no disrespect to what I'm saying, he knows his limits, he knows how to defend, he knows he can win headers, so he reads the game really well, and his position's fantastic. But I've also got to give a massive special shout out to Shep, because he has been outstanding the last 2 games, and it's like he's played that position his whole career. He's only played there 2 games, but they seem to have a really good understanding, and I think it's like games like that where if you do have a bit of experience, I know it's nervy from the side and probably nervy watching, but you feel a little bit more in kind of control because you know you've got leaders out there.
And just finally moving on to Tuesday night County Cup quarter final against Harrogate Railway. A great opportunity for the lads.
Massive game, big local derby. They're doing obviously really well, and it's really big credit to Rob Ewell and his staff and his players over there, because they're punching well above their weight in terms of budgets. They're a really good side. I've watched them a couple of times this year, so it should be a really good game on Tuesday. And that's what we want. We want games now. We want to kind of be back into the rhythm of things. So we'll have some sore bodies tomorrow, no doubt. We've got a lot missing Tuesday due to kind of the rules of the cup, but also work commitments. But we've got more than enough to go and get into the semi-final, I think.
All right.
Cheers, mate.